I'm Shannon Ainsley and I survived a double shark attack. As a surfer, you always think about sharks. I think if you live in a place like Europe or somewhere where there are no sharks, it doesn't bother you at all. But if you grow up surfing in South Africa or in most places in the world, you definitely think about sharks.
70% of the shark sightings that the spotters record are behind the back line. So the deeper you are in the water, the more likely you are to encounter a shark. And that's really why activities like surfing are slightly higher risk, but at the end of the day, the risk is still very small. Myself
and some friends, we would actually always get together and pray, ask God for protection, but you still get in the water and think about it and look around to see if you can spot one.
Sharks are ambush predators. The types of sharks that pose a threat to people are ambush predators, so they like to get their prey by surprise.
It was such a good day. The water was crystal clear. The waves were running for maybe about 400 to 600 meters, and there were like 12 to 15 other surfers in the water. And I turned around, started paddling for this wave, and while I was paddling for the wave, I obviously had my mind set on this wave and what I was going to do and how I was going to ride it and stuff. And here I am paddling for the wave, and then all of a sudden I felt myself get picked up slowly into the air. One shark came from the left and the other shark from the right, and the shark on my left bumped me from underneath first, way up into the air, and it kind of flipped me around and bit my surfboard in my hand. That's one tooth mark. This is another tooth mark over there, and then one going from like in between my pinky and my ring finger on my right hand. If it did close its mouth, this whole section here would have been gone. And while that was happening, the shark on my right was going for my head and shoulders, and fortunately it missed me because the shark on my left got me first. Once it dragged me down and let go of me, it just stopped and stared at me face to face for a few moments. And its mouth was wide open, and I'm sure the shark could have bitten my head off at any second, and it never. So if there's a chance that a shark is going to possibly bite, then if you can see the shark, it's less likely. So keep an eye on it, and then just try and remain calm and slowly move out of the area. Don't panic, because that's likely to attract the shark. So just remain calm and slowly get out of the area. So I was just relaxed underneath the water, staring at the shark face to face, and then it just swam past me and around and then shoved me forward under the water from behind. And I have no idea why I did that, but that kind of forced me or made me swim to the surface of the water. When I got to the surface of the water, my board was lying in front of me, in between me and the beach. So I swam into my surfboard and grabbed it with my left hand and pulled my right arm over to start paddling. And there I saw all this blood squirting out and my fingers hanging off, and then realized that what I thought was a dream was actually reality. And that's when I started freaking out and panicking. I prayed and said, Jesus, please help me out. I'm hopeless, helpless, and I need someone to help me, please. And as I prayed that, all my fear just disappeared, and this wave came out of nowhere, and I was able to catch this wave and catch it and get out to shore. If you do witness a shark attack, the most important thing is to remain calm and activate emergency response. So, somebody will obviously retrieve the person from the water, and you need to call an ambulance and then just apply basic first aid to try and stem any bleeding. But really just to initiate the emergency response, there should be people in the area who are qualified to deal with that type of incident, and just to remain calm and sort of help the situation as much as possible. There have been plenty of times where myself or my friends and I have seen a fin thinking it's a shark and it's actually a dolphin. And at first it's like the most scary thing ever, because you literally like 1 to 3 meters away from the dolphin and you think it's a shark, but it's not. If you see a lot of marine activity, then that can mean there is a chance that there is a shark in the area. Also, water temperature in Cape Town. Water temperature plays a big role in white shark distribution, and we find that when the water temperature is warmer, we have white sharks on the inshore as well. So you must bear that in mind, water temperature, and just follow general safety advice like swim in shallower water, swim in a group or surf in a group, particularly if you're kayaking or paddle skiing. There's sort of safety in numbers, and things like don't surf if you're bleeding, and particularly in areas where you get bull sharks and tiger sharks, to not go near river mouths and at dawn and dusk as well. My shark attack will never stop me from getting back in the water. I think if anything, it's actually compelled me to surf more and to get way more involved in surfing, because now I'm a surf coach and I run surf camps. So I coach junior professional surfers and travel the world surfing. So it's probably helped me surf and do more surf related stuff.